So I am KB with Nerdophiles. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you.
What a beautiful adaptation, truly, truly. So when you pitched yourself to direct this film, what was the first and most important thing that you pitched them that you said that you wanted audiences to walk away with after seeing this?
Well, man, it was really about the imaginative plane that we were going to give Celie. I am born and raised in Ghana. There is no path for a kid in Accra City, Ghana, to find themselves on a purple carpet at the premiere of The Color Purple at the Academy Museum. There's no path. And so, you know, I too had to work these things out in my head to arrive here. So I really value the headspace and its power. Often we miscategorize people who have dealt with trauma and abuse as docile and waiting to be saved and passive. So this was the one thing I told everybody, that we are going to change that narrative through Celie. Celie will show you that she's working in her head to liberate herself. She's working in her head to know how to love, who to love, and ultimately how to forgive. And I think that access to her headspace was something that I pitched day one. And I said, this is the version of The Color Purple I have to make.
And you know, from a creative standpoint, I mean, you had such a robust thing to do. There's beautiful dance sequences. There's dealing with the trauma, but there's music, there's God, there's everything throughout kind of Celie's through line and this story. So what was the most kind of challenging scene for you as a creative to put together for this film?
Well, I'll say it was the Easter dinner, because this is probably the culminating moment. We've all been waiting for Celie to stand up in the physical realm. We've seen her standing up in her head space consistently, but now is the moment that we're all kind of arriving to. It was a challenging scene to shoot because it was all about tone. It was all about how do you build up a cadence to when she finally balls up and grabs that knife. But again, to shoot with 8 masters of the craft, each of them having their moment, Danielle going from that laughter to cry, you know what I mean? It is some of the most incredible acting I've ever seen on film, ever. And it goes up against some of the greatest performances ever. So, but it was difficult to shoot. We had COVID issues constantly, so we had to go and come back. But often, you know, we all came back and again, were so locked in because we understood that not only will Celie stand up, Squeak will stand up, Sophia will stand up, and all women will stand up. And so it was a critical pivot point that we had to get right, and I'm beyond proud of it.
Well, listen, I can't wait for audiences to see this. I truly hope that they walk away with more love and more light and more joy.
That's it.
And just thank you so much for taking the time to chat with Nerdophiles. Really appreciate it.
Such a pleasure. Thank you so much.